Finally, I am no longer hosting this program alone. Welcome, everyone. SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. Of course, we're going to get to the Toronto Maple Leafs big Game 5 on Sunday. Oh, boy. But first, Dan, you got something you want to say?
Yeah. Hey there. It's great to be back. We all need to take a break from time to time and look after our mental health. So I've been away for a little bit while I looked after myself. Now I'm back. I'm feeling good, and I want to thank everyone for your well wishes and support for me and my family over the last few weeks. Everyone's doing fine, and I am thrilled to be here. So let's get on with the show.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's talk about those Maple Leafs.
Missed you, buddy.
Oh, it's great to have you. You're a little further away than I'm used to, but it's great to have you back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Did you happen to watch that Leaf game on Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was available somewhere. I remember watching that, and I said to myself, I think this Leafs team's really turned a corner. I think this is the moment we'll all look back on when the Leafs turned that corner that they needed to turn to move on in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Because all they needed to do was beat the Blue Jackets in Game 5, and they'd be moving on to face Tampa in the first round of the Cup playoffs. Let's see what happened. First period, Zach Werenski, wrister on net, gets by Freddie Anderson. Actually went off Tyson Barrie. It's 1-0 Columbus.
Tavares banks into the corner now for Marner. Marner skating through, left wing side, Riley, centering front, a shot, oh, how did that not go in?
Yeah, Tavares, the Leaf captain, rings one off the iron. Leafs so close to tying it. It's a 1-0 game after 1 second period. Another great chance for the Leaf captain. Stopped by Joonas Korpisalo not once but twice, and then Austin Matthews could not put it home. Korpisalo, who had a shutout in Game 1, keeps it a 1-0 game here. Toronto already without Jake Muzzin. And here, Barrie takes a huge hit from Boone Jenner. Barrie, slow to get up, did not return to the game. Remember, unrestricted free agent at the end of this season. Back to Tavares. It's a Bud's power play. And the Corporal stopping him in tight. Tavares just could not buy a goal here. It remains a one-goal game. We are over to Matthews, who has had a terrific series. Great chance in the slot. The Corporal again. 19 saves through 2 for Joonas Korpisalo. 1-0 through 40. We're going to the third. Willie Nylander. He's stopped. He had 2 shots in this one. Mid-third, look at his feet from Matthews to Morgan Riley, who gets the shot away. Korpisalo's there, just great positioning. Beautiful touch from Matthews. This stays 1-0 Jackets. Then the Leafs change and leave Liam Foudy open along the boards. He picks up the puck and scores. That is a goal that allows Columbus to double their lead. Foudy's first of the series. Foudy Goody was a chain back in Western Canada back in the 80s. Andreas Johnsson back in the lineup for the first time since February. Korpisalo robs him here with a Grant Fuhr-esque glove save. He made 33 saves in this one. And Nick Foligno, the captain of your Blue Jackets, friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's, empty netter. Columbus moves on to the Stanley Cup playoffs, where they will face Tampa Bay. They take it by a final of 3-0. Still can't believe it. Still can't believe this happened. This was Joonas Korpisalo's second shutout of the series. He had 3 shutouts in parts of the first 5 seasons that he has played in the National Hockey League. Freddie Anderson, meanwhile, has now lost his last 8 potential series-clinching games. Leafs still haven't won a playoff series since 2004 when they beat Ottawa.
We had good performances from some people, and we had a group of others that, I didn't think performed at their best. So that's pretty typical. It's pretty rare you're going to have everybody going. So,
and I think it's just experience that we can take with us. Obviously, it's not the end result that we were looking for, but I think that we all had an opportunity to learn a lot about ourselves during the break and be able to reflect. And I mean, it's just an experience that we're going to have to take with us and learn from. And hopefully in the future we can draw from it at some point.
In Game 4, we played a good hockey game. I think in the third period, prior to a little bit of a meltdown there, I think we held them to 2 scoring chances. So we're confident in the way we're playing. We didn't want that to happen. You know, it happens, I guess. But right from the get-go, as we started preparing for this game, we knew how we were playing, and we just wanted to try to get back to our game as quickly as possible when we started Game 5.
And joining us now in the Coors virtual side seats, it is Toronto Maple Leafs beat reporter Mark Masters. We call this segment of the show Bubble Wrap. And Mark, it's the third straight postseason where the Leafs lose in the deciding game of the series. 2 Game 7s, this Game 5. Amazingly, after that performance Friday, they just couldn't get anything going offensively. In your mind, where does the blame lie this time?
Well, it's not an easy question. You know, Sheldon Keefe, the coach, blaming Lady Luck to a degree, pointing out that their shooting percentage was less than 2% 5-on-5 in this series, and certainly there is something to that. John Tavares specifically seemed really snake-bitten in this series, but they did not get enough offense just in general. I thought Austin Matthews had a great series, but they did not consistently have lines going to wear down a Columbus Blue Jackets team that is very comfortable being under siege and defending and letting you have stuff from the outside. And then also you look at goaltending, of course. Frederik Andersen had another suspect goal tonight, and the fact remains that he has not been the best goalie in any of these series that the Leafs have lost over the last few years.
Mark, why don't we look at the bright side of things for Leafs fans? 12.5% chance of getting the first overall pick Monday night. So what's the biggest need for the Leafs in this offseason?
Well, Alexis Lafreniere isn't a right-shot defenseman, so winning the lottery isn't necessarily going to solve all their problems, although it would be very nice. Listen, it's defense. It's always been defense, and I thought it was maybe symbolic tonight that Tyson Barrie had the game-winning goal go off of him and in. I mean, he was supposed to be part of the answer on the right side, maybe be the partner for Morgan Rielly, but they still don't have that answer. That partner for Morgan Rielly, who I thought was a beast in this series, was really good. But, you know, they're probably going to see Barrie leave in free agency, Cody Ceci as well. Timothy Liljegren, the jury definitely still out on what he can bring at the NHL level. So defense has got to be at the top of the list for Kyle Dubas and the Leafs in the summer or in the fall, whenever this offseason is.
Yeah, it's all very confusing. We'll say November or something like that. We'll go with that. Mark, sure. Have a terrific evening, and thanks for all your hard work this year. You're done, buddy. You're finished.
See you guys in October, November, whenever. I'm going on the tennis beat now.
Dare I say things are beginning to become somewhat normal as golf had its first major of the season wrap up on Sunday. The Masters usually the first, but not this year because it's 2020. So the PGA Championship is the first one. And late in the final round, there were 7 players tied for the lead. Tiger Woods began the day well off the pace, even on the day. Par 5 fourth, 4-time PGA champ. Nice touch from the bunker, setting up his first up and down from the sand this week. Woods struggled with the putter Friday and Saturday on 7, shot a 367. There's no issues there. It's low round of the week. World number 1 Justin Thomas starting his round 8 back after opening with 4 pars. Thomas for birdie on 5.
Justin Thomas, after his excellent approach shot, ran all the way toward the back of the green for birdie.
Dude, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way.
Exactly. He finished the event at 1 under. 2-time defending champ Brooks Koepka started 2 shots back of Dustin Johnson, confident heading into Sunday.
This to the left.
Those comments rubbed some people the wrong way. Koepka struggled on 2. His approach gets hung up in a tree. That's short. His reign as PGA champ is done. Finished 10 back. 12 players within 3 shots of the lead to start the day. Colin Morikawa already a winner in 2020. Bird on 3. He has more wins than missed cuts in his career. Johnson, 54-hole leader, trying to fend everyone off. On 4, from 15 feet, moves to 10 under, looking for his second major. Jason Day, the 2015 champ, 1 back on 14. Birdie moves to 10 under, so he joins a group of 7 atop the leaderboard. Morikawa on 14, also at 10 under.
Open face lob wedge, get some zip.
What a shot. And Morikawa makes birdie.
Morikawa playing his first PGA Championship. He's into the lead. Well, Casey, part of that group of 10 under on 16 from the kitty litter. Set up an easy birdie. He would knock that in to join Morikawa at 11 under. Morikawa watching from the 16 tee. Response.
Top Tracer, powered by Top Golf.
Well, it looks like a wow.
It's brilliant, Nick. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Shot of his career. Leaves himself a 7-footer for eagle. Co-leader Casey had a front row seat on 17. Nobody has more eagles on tour than Morikawa this season. The 23-year-old nails it. Moves to 13 under and a 2-stroke lead. Morikawa, a major championship. In just his second major appearance. His only mistake of the day came after his round ended. He loses the lid on the Wanamaker Trophy. Morikawa, the 9th player to lift that trophy in his PGA Championship debut. And his payday, $1.9 million. He joined some elite company in the last 4 golfers to win the PGA Championship as a 23-year-old. Rory McIlroy, 2012, Tiger Woods in 99, and Jack Nicklaus in 1963. And after the round, Morikawa received a question from a special guest.
Stephen Curry with Underrated Media. I'm just working title, just started about an hour ago. Question for you around you coming down the stretch in the back 9 of a major. Everybody knows, you know, that's the moment that you go take it. Are you a leaderboard watcher? Did you know where you were? Like, what's your mindset in that moment, you know, the last 2.5 hours of your round?
Steph, you mind taking off your hat? I think everyone just wants to see.
I'm right here.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, that's amazing, man. No, it's fun to see you. I saw you out there on 9, and my caddy's a huge Warriors fan. I think you heard him. I'm not.
Quick follow-up. I'm free for the next 3 months. If you need a caddy or replacement,
okay,
JJ, I know JJ's a great guy, but if you need, I'm available.
Perfect. I can't wait. I want to see your game.
Okay. They haven't won yet in the round robin, but they are still the defending Stanley Cup champs. The question is, which Western Canadian team would the St. Louis Blues face in the first round? A win on Sunday against the Stars, and it's Calgary. A Blues loss, and it's the Vancouver Canucks. So let's see, shall we? No Tyler Seguin, no Ben Bishop for this one, listed as unfit to play. Less than 4 minutes in. Great play by Tyler Bozak, letting the Sammy Blais pass find Robert Thomas. And he beats Anton Hudobin, age unknown. Blues up 1-0 after one. The arena crew in Edmonton are having so much fun on the bubble. They're saying, thank you, fans. And then there are fans in the stands. Do you see what they did there? You see what they're doing in Edmonton? It's a funny town. Let's jump to the dying seconds of the third. Joe Pavelski solves Jake Allen. So this is tied at 1. Edmonton's a funny town. They shot SCTV there. Second shooter for the Stars, Denis Gurianov, beats Jake Allen 5-hole. That means Ryan O'Reilly, he's got to score. That's all. No, he cannot do it. The defending champs winless in the round robin. They fall to the 4 seed. They will face the Vancouver Canucks in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Calgary Flames will face the Dallas Stars in their first ever playoff meeting. They're calling it the Newendike Bowl. Who else? We have Arizona, Colorado meeting in the postseason for the first time in 20 years, and the Chicago Blackhawks will be in tough against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Bruins Capitals, David Pastrnak, Brad Marchand, and Patrice Bergeron. They're traditionally called the perfection line. Since the restart, though, combining for just 1 point first period. Pastrnak starts in the neutral zone. Pastrnak. Oh, nice move. Missed the net. Puck got away from him. Boston scored 3 goals during round robin play. Third period, 1-0 Washington. Tom Wilson beats 2 Bruins and goes roof on Tuukka Rask. His first of the round robin. Pastrnak tweeted, In my opinion, Tom Wilson is the best scorer in the league. That was in late July, even telling reporters he wasn't hacked, and then I was just his opinion. The Capitals remembered that as well, retweeting Pasternak's thoughts after the insane bump. I like fist bump?
Was that like the Pasternak bump?
I
don't know what that means.
Middle of the frame, Pasternak, great move. Hope he stops him. Longest he went without a point this season was 2 games. Bruins within 1. Pasternak. Lines Marchand down low. And shot over the net. The perfection line held off the score sheet. Boston ends up as the 4 seed in the East. Washington finishes 3rd. They will play the Isles. You got a rematch of Columbus's epic sweep of the Lightning last year. Habs, they've got the top-seeded Flyers. A rematch of the 2010 Eastern Conference Finals. Boston takes on Carolina. A rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Final. When we come back, Raptors look to clinch the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference against a familiar foe. Raps and Grizz highlights next.
You're watching Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. Yeah, the Grizzlies and Raps wearing the throwback Vancouver and Toronto uniforms. Very cool uniform matchup for this one. Second quarter, Pascal Siakam working on Anthony Tolliver. And that is just sensational stuff from Spicy Pete. And then the Raptors working it around. And it's the pump, the drive, and the score. 11 points last game. Siakam had 13 points at the break in this one. Marc Gasol, Jonas Valanciunas traded for each other last season, facing each other for the very first time since that trade. 3rd quarter, Gasol, long 3, banks it in. He finished with 10. Valanciunas, 0 points on 2 shots. Time winding down. 3rd quarter wraps up 15. Kyle Lowry, off balance 3. Raptors by 17 points after 3 quarters, but in the 4th, led by Rookie of the Year candidate Ja Morant. Memphis goes on a bit of a run. That's a nice throwdown. He had 17. Memphis closed the gap to just 4, but with 2:20 to go, still a 4-point game. Siakam from Van Vliet, 3 of his 26. Minute to play. Van Vliet, friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. Strip, and Lowry will finish it off. Raptors clinch the East's 2 seed. They will face the Brooklyn Nets in the 1st round.
You see Jonas Valanciunas.
You're singing Tom Petty.
It wasn't very pretty tonight. It was hard work. Thought it was good defense and timely plays when we needed them, and it's a W. It's a 4-1 record in the bubble. It's a 50-win season. It's a 2nd seed wrapped up. It's okay, I think.
Here we go. Pascal Siakam, we mentioned it, a game-high 26 against the Grizz. This since the return for Pascal. By the way, we mentioned that the Raptors are facing the Nets in the 1st round. Because the Nets beat the Clippers on Sunday, the Bucks will also face the Magic in the 1st round.
So all 8 playoff spots are spoken for in the East, but in the West, not so much. 5 teams racing after the Grizzlies for the final spot. Spurs, Suns, Kings, Pellies, and Blazers. Sixers, Blazers. 1st quarter, Joel Embiid runs into the stanchion. Hurts his left ankle on the play. Embiid left the game, didn't return. Sixers also without Ben Simmons indefinitely, as he has a left knee injury. Portland needs a win to remain the 9th seed in the West. Damian Lillard.
And they get you in foul trouble.
Oh, and Dame, we're going to just break that down for you here real quick. Dame with the spin move.
Yeah, that's weird. It went off Tobias Harris and in. Lillard trying to make up for a rare unclutched game on Saturday against the Clippers. Gives Portland the lead in the 4th. Add the foul on that 3. Next, Blazers possession. Dame again.
Trying to extend the lead here.
Down the arc. Give him 49. Under 2 minutes left. Lillard.
If you're feeding the needy, Damian
drives for 2 more. He finished with 51. 5th time this season Lillard has scored 50 points, ties James Harden for most in the NBA as the Blazers get the win.
All right, so how did the Pellies do? They were hosting the Spurs, or taking on the Spurs. There's no real hosting in the bubble, but on Sunday, the Pellies owner, Gail Benson, sent the team a New Orleans-style dinner, hoping some home cooking would help the Pellies. Second quarter, Pellies down 19. Zion Williamson airballs the free throw. It's funny, right? You know what's not funny? If you're a Spurs player? This. Now, with a loss against the Spurs, the Pelicans would be eliminated from postseason contention. Fourth quarter, 5-point game under 2 to play. DeMar DeRozan. 15 of his 27 came in the fourth. Pellies lose. They will not make the postseason. In fact, we have just 4 teams left who could potentially lock down that 8th spot. There will be a 2-game series between the 8th and 9th seeds. That's for sure. The 8th seed team would need just 1 win to make the playoffs. The 9th seed team would need to win both of those games. Currently, Memphis clinging to that half-game lead over the Blazers. That would be a fun little matchup, wouldn't it? Memphis and Portland, 2 good young teams. And now we walk over at a safe social distance. You can't get too close to me when we walk.
No.
We gotta
see some changes. You guys brought in the producer Tim 5,000?
9,000. The 5,000 we actually sent to the social. They get all our hand-me-downs.
Someone took our coffee.
Someone
one of our
literally
tables.
stole our little table. That's fine, though.
Who steals tables?
It's a pandemic. There are no rules. It's everyone for themselves, Dan. You know that.
It's not a purge.
It appears at Bell Media in Scarborough. The furniture is all going.
So Leafs fans, Oilers fans, Jets fans.
Any Wild fans out there? Who deserves it the most? Which team should get him in a perfect world?
In a perfect world?
I feel like the Rangers. That would be pretty sweet for the NHL. Gary Bettman would be dancing all over his crazy furniture in that apartment that nobody understands. All those throne chairs. He'd be so excited about that.
He'd have a new sweater, shirt combo.
That's right. He would definitely get new layers. What would be funnier? Edmonton getting him, Toronto getting him, or Pittsburgh getting him?
I think Edmonton.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
You're watching Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's, and you're watching McDelivery. Bring you who delivers. Ronald Acuna Jr. went deep 3 times in 2 games Sunday. Started the day with a go-ahead 2-run shot in the 5th, the first game, which the Braves won. 30 minutes later, he went deep again, finishing 4 for 4 at the plate in game 2, including a pair of home runs and 3 RBIs. One of the very best young players in the game. Look at the hair flip. He knows it. Jenny Tan. Angels and Rangers. Nick Solak.
Luzardo down for Oakland today.
Sends that one to right. Here's Joe Adell. Will make what should be an easy grab and right. No, he'll just send it over the wall. They consult the Elias Sports Bureau and decide that Solak's shot is ruled a 4-base error and not a home run.
Spurs and Pellies. Rudy Gay attacks the rim and throws it down on Jackson Hayes. That's Jackson with an X. Jackson Hayes with an X.
Jays Red Sox, Randall Grichuk bounces one to third. Rafael Devers. Devers.
What a terrific play.
Barehander. Gets Grichuk.
Devers re-energized with that home run.
Like our
Great
replays.
play to start the inning right there. Barehanded.
Let's check in on Fred Van Vliet. Look at those throwbacks.
They're such a great uniform matchup.
Van Vliet all the way, yes! And the harm. He just gets better with age.
And he's still so young. Traps and Grizz again. Oh, now we have another youngster, the rookie Ja Morant. And Ja is your likely NBA Rookie of the Year.
This is a weird one. Damian Lillard tries the pass. See, it went off Tobias Harris and in. That was a weird one.
Got to be good to be lucky. MVP candidate, James Harden. I believe it's LeBron, Giannis, and Harden are your 3 finalists for NBA MVP.
And Richard Rodriguez. Oh,
what was that?
He Dr. Fauci'd it.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes, he did. Even worse. It's actually worse than Fauci.
New pitch.
It's worse than Carl Lewis.
That's the Invisi pitch.
That is definitely poor Fauci.
Yeah. So many ways. Hey, we got the highlight of the night coming up. The producer, Tim 9000.
Worst play of the day.
3 right now.
It's the grounds crew in Washington. They have an issue with the tarp. Because the last time they used it, they didn't put it away properly. Just a disaster. Both teams were watching this.
Oh, man, the right side of the infield.
It took over 15 minutes for the crew to get the tarp untangled and laid out flat on the field. But by then, the field was ruined.
Covered right now. It's kind of.
And it actually had stopped raining by the time they got it. Got the tarp
pitching
out.
mound is exposed.
Well, that leads us to a demonstration of the producer, Tim 9000, our social distance script delivery system. And Dan is just marveling about the technology we have introduced to the studio. Thank you, Mike. That's our friend Skriz hanging us the highlight of the night script. So here we go. Let's check it out. We're going back to the Leafs and Blue Jackets. So I guess this is not a Leaf highlight.
Nothing Columbus.
Alex Kerfoot across ice to Andreas Janssen and Eunice Corpusalo. Bob McKenzie talked about it. This was such a massive save at such an important time in the game. Leafs are heading into the Lafreniere sweepstakes.
And they get to leave the bubble.
Yes, that's right.
You blew it. You pointed out our errors. Clarification of the term bump from the Caps Bruins back. Bump is an online slang term for the practice of posting filler comments to move a post to the top of a discussion thread.
We are so old.
I blew it during the walkover. It's the producer, Tim 9000, not 5000. And during the F1 pack, you said anniversary, not anniversary.
I just couldn't get that pronunciation correct.
So do you say aunt or aunt?
I say aunt. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, it's great to have you back, buddy.
It's good to be here.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.